I'm sure you've heard the saying, hurt people hurt people. I made a very interesting observation when I was watching Young, Famous, and African, and literally saw a transition of one cast member who was a victim and moved on to becoming a full-on bully. And I'd like us to unpack that. Hey you guys, welcome to my channel, Dima M. My name is Dima Kato. Today we're going to be talking about Swanky Jerry, okay? The victim who quickly became a bully. Guys, please, if you like my videos, please don't forget to click on the like button. Do subscribe if you are not a subscriber. If you're already a subscriber, thank you so much. Thank you. Keep watching. I appreciate your support. Now, let's get into this. I'd like to talk about Swanky Jerry. Now, Swanky Jerry is a stylist. I'm not sure what else he's, but he's such a big deal, you guys. Like, if anything, if you know Swanky, you'd probably know him for being, for making the most dramatic entrances. He is always fashionably late, looking super good all the time. The guy eats outfits all the damn time. Okay, without a doubt, he always brings it on, and I like him for that. I don't know if you guys recall, Swanky from season 1 of Young, Famous, and African was more of, outside of his, fashionable entrances, he really struck me as the kind of guy who is a peacemaker more than anything, a very loyal friend. I actually liked him. In fact, I don't remember him getting into any arguments with anybody. He kept it quite light and safe with everyone, and he was so close with Annie. They're both from Nigeria, and he is the one that apparently introduced Annie into the South African friends. Fast forward into season 2, it starts off with Swanky and Annie's friendship in turmoil. For straight 3 episodes, we had no idea what the problem is, but we knew that there was tension in their friendship. These people were known to be very, very close, and to an extent that everybody was asking, what is the problem? What's going on between Swanky and Annie? When Swanky finally got the opportunity to sit down with Annie and address their issue, Annie literally shut down Swanky and did not allow Swanky an opportunity to explain to her the reason why their situation is the way it is. I'm not going to go so much into that because I had already done a separate video breaking down that sit down between Swanky and Annie. I'm going to link it on there above, or I'm going to link it on the description, because I don't know if I know how to link up videos on the, like how people do it. I'll try. If I can, you'll see it. If not, it's on the description. Have a look at that. It's a short video just breaking down Annie and Swanky's encounter when Swanky was trying to have a conversation with Annie about what really happened. You will see in that video that it was a very toxic friendship. The dynamic of the friendship was also quite weird, where Swanky found himself more of a victim and Annie was the oppressor, if I may. I don't know what word to use, but Swanky came out of that conversation being the victim, and I really felt sorry for him, and you'll see the way I broke it down. So Swanky was like absolutely my favorite, but what I saw was the transition from Swanky, the victim, to becoming a full-on bully. What am I talking about? So Swanky had introduced Bonang into the group, but soon after 1 or 2 episodes where Bonang was featured, she decided to exit the group. So Swanky was speaking to the rest of the group, letting them know that Bonang is no longer going to be in the group. She's exited the group. And one of the reasons that he highlighted was an encounter between Bonang and Louis. Now, everybody just thought that Bonang was being a crybaby. Look, if you're going to be in this group, you need to be able to stand up for yourself. You need to understand that the dynamics are like everybody's a queen. Even Kanye was saying like everybody's a queen here. There's no you're Bonang way. Nah, maybe Bonang is just used to people tiptoeing around her, and that's not what this group is going to give. But then when everybody was talking and, puzzled as to why Bonang really left, Louis tried to defend himself because, like I said, Swanky highlighted that one of the reasons was the encounter between Bonang and Louis. As Louis was trying to speak, Swanky was speaking over him. And I think Louis was trying to explain that, no, but Bonang can't leave because of that argument when she's the one who attacked Louis. Look, Louis has his own things. Yes, I understand. I fully understand. And I agree what you were probably thinking. But the attack was uncalled for. The way it happened, it was uncalled for. In my opinion, at least. Now, Louis was trying to explain that, but Swanky did not give him an opportunity. He kept speaking over him. He was screaming, losing his cool. That was the first incident with Swanky and Louis. Right. I thought it was the end of it. The next time they were in the same room, again, everybody seated. Now, Louis had started a conversation with Kanye, saying to Kanye that he would like to ask Zari if she would be interested in becoming an egg donor because he wants a child, or become a surrogate mother. And the reason why he was going to ask Zari was because he heard that Zari could be interested in having a surrogate with her baby daddy, not with Louis, but her baby daddy Diamond. So then he thought, then they may have something in common, and asked Kanye, do you think I should ask Zari if she would like to bear my child? Now, in that sit down, in that dinner, someone, I can't remember who, told Swanky that Louis wants to have a child with Zari. Did Swanky not lose his cool? And because Louis had asked Fantana on a date and is said to be interested in, he is interested in Fantana, Swanky lost his cool. And because Fantana and Louis were sitting right next to each other, he decided to tell Fantana to move a seat away from Louis, like leave an empty seat and sit a seat away from Louis. Louis didn't know why, and again felt a little bit uneasy and uncomfortable. And as he was trying to speak again, Swanky lost his cool. He started saying, you want to have a child with my friend or with Zari? Who the hell do you think you are? To an extent that he stood up and he left and he was just busy screaming. He even said to Louis, he's got 78 personalities, whatever. He literally just went off and attacked Louis simply because he just somebody just told him that there's talks doing the rounds that Louis wants to ask Zari to bear his child. Yes, that's a crazy idea from Louis. But again, that attack was not called for, you guys. That attack did not warrant what was being said because it was not an attack to him. It was not being said to him. Why must he be the one standing up and losing his cool and leaving? I'm sure Zari was there seated, but she didn't act like that. That's strike two, ne? Of Swanky full-blown bullying Louis. The third time they're now in Cape Town, they're sitting down for lunch. Swanky then gets up and says, now on the sites, people are talking about this incident between Louis and Swanky, and people are advising Louis to take the time and sit down with Swanky and speak to Swanky. And Louis says, okay, fine, I'll speak to him. Now, when they now meet again, Swanky gets up and says that he's got a gift for Louis. You should have seen Louis. Louis literally just smiled like he was happy, thinking, guy is finally ready to make up. He takes out a bag of Adidas, gives it to Louis. I remember Nadia making a comment saying, I understand that Swanky's got a gift for Louis, but the fact that it's a bag of Adidas and not a bag of Louis Vuitton concerns me. Louis stands up, delighted, opens the bag, takes out the item in the bag, only to find that it's a t-shirt. The t-shirt wrote, 78 personalities in you, be real. Oh my gosh. You should have seen Louis crashed. Okay, he was not expecting that. He was quite embarrassed. This was now the second time Swanky was bringing up the 78 personalities, which was, where does it come from? You guys, like that t-shirt alone, like you took the time and you thought about it and you decided this is how you're going to embarrass this guy. Like instead of sitting down and having a conversation with him, this is what you're going to do to him in front of everybody. That was the incident. Poor Louis was sitting there embarrassed. This was the third time. Third strike. We're talking about third strike, right? Now, later on, because Andile was not there when the whole t-shirt thing happened, and also remember Andile had an opportunity to sit down with Louis a day before, and Louis opened up to him that he has now been disowned by his family because of an incident that occurred when he was doing Big Brother. So he has not spoken to his family for 7 years. So Andile decided to then ask Swanky, I heard about the t-shirt. Do you really think that it was necessary? Guess what Swanky says? Swanky was saying, well, this guy, he's got multiple personalities. Something is wrong with him. And the thing is, his biggest problem is that when there's a narrative that's doing the round about him and all these different things that he's saying, instead of defending himself, he would sit there in a group and he would just keep quiet and not even talk. He needs to stand up for himself. He needs to change the narrative that is being spoken about him. This is BS, this and that. He went as far as saying that, and this thing of him wanting to speak to people privately about whatever issues is nonsense. If he's got an issue, he needs to address it in the group and stop trying to manipulate people separately and talking about the issue separately. He must address the group. Okay, Swanky, how is he going to address the group when every time poor guy tries to talk, you either walk out screaming at him? Twice you walked out screaming at him for no reason when he did not even attack you. He was just trying to speak. Third time you decided to embarrass him. What did you expect him to say? Stand up and speak up for himself? So you're going to bully him, you're going to embarrass him, and you expect him to defend himself? He was defeated. It was the third strike. Now you're going to sit there and saying that he needs to change the narrative. Why are you pushing the narrative as if like he's attacking you? Guy, let me remind you that not so long ago, you were the victim, where you try to sit with your friend, Annie, and you try to confront her, and she shut you out. She shut you out like completely. She didn't even give you a chance to talk and express your concerns about the friendship. So this is exactly what you're doing. From becoming a victim, you are bullying, and in the same way that you were being bullied by your friend Annie. Now, you're also saying that Louis was supposed to address the group instead of going and speaking privately. From when season 2 started, episode 1, 2, and 3, everybody kept asking what's going on with you and Annie, and you could not speak. Okay, you waited to have a private moment with Annie because you felt like this was your business with Annie and it did not involve anybody else. Why is it that Louis cannot address whatever issue with whoever that's involved, including speaking with you privately? Why can't you guys take a time, walk at the beach or something in the morning, take a jog together and go have smoothies and have a talk? Why must he address the group? So when now you're trying to prove yourself to be this macho person saying this and that about Louis, you are being a bully. You were just being bullied now. You were a victim and now you've turned 360 into a bully, more than how you were bullied. And that's what I'm talking about. Hurt people hurt people. And that should not be the excuse. But this is like clear evidence that hurt people do tend to hurt people. He was being bullied, and now he moved from being a victim to becoming a bully. But to be honest, all these actions that he's taking on Louise are unjustified. Louise has not done anything. There's funny things that Louise has said and done to other people, and those people are not even acting half the way you're acting. In fact, they are cool with him. Yet you've decided that Louise is a low-hanging fruit in the group, and you're gonna take him on. Apa. You failed to deal with your business with Annie. She attacked you. She did not even allow you to speak. I'm sure you had been rehearsing that that confrontation for months. And when you sat with her, she shut you down because of the friendship dynamic. When it came down to it, you were nothing but just a stylist to her. And she was the A-lister. And because of the pain that you felt from Annie, you decided to go and find a victim to victimize. In fact, he was not the victim. You turned him into a victim. Yes, Louis is weird. I'm not going to lie. Guy is cringe. Most of the time when he speaks, he's so cringe. Like, you become so uncomfortable. Like, this guy, what's going on with him? But he did not deserve half the things that you were throwing at him. At all. That's what I wanted to say. So, yeah. And I often hear people misusing the word bullied, especially on social media and reality shows especially. People will be like, they're being bullied. The word sometimes gets thrown out unnecessarily when it's not even justified. I felt that this time around, it was very clear that Swanky Jerry decided that I don't know whether he decided intentionally or not, or whether he was aware of what he was doing, but that's exactly what happened. And no one was even, now defending Louise. I just thought that was uncalled for. Definitely uncalled for. But I'm going to leave it there because I'm really getting emotional about it. I just wanted to stand up for Louise because, yes, he's made a fool out of himself many times, but what he did not deserve is the treatment that he got from Bonang. That was uncalled for. The treatments that he got from Jerry, Swanky, very uncalled for. And you all need to stop and leave the poor guy alone and allow him to merge into the group. And yeah. That's all I gotta say, you guys. Let me know what you think on the comment and how you saw the whole situation. But that's how I observed it. That's what I took from the episodes. I also just wanted to say, if you really like my videos, please do subscribe, you guys. If you're already a subscriber, thank you so much for the support. Do click on the like button if you do enjoy my video. Other than that, you go and have yourself a great evening, a great day, or great morning. Bye.